Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we're going to finally talk about Ultraman Arc. Ultraman Arc is gonna be the newest Ultraman series after a very long time of waiting, and it's gonna came out in July, which very unfortunate because we've been waiting since January, February, and March, and then we got into April and finally got an announcement, but it's like next 3 months, so it's kind of disappointing. But I wish this has a little bit of meaning of maybe there's a little bit more episode, like because we have been complaining about episodes for a while, and Ultraman episode has always been 25 episode ever since Ultraman Orc, so there's a chance that they could bring 30 episodes to the series to round out a bit better. And in my opinion, the design is okay. A lot of people didn't like this design very much. They think that the eye looks too much like Zero, and that is a big red flag. And yeah, I get that. I understand where you're coming from, and I also didn't like the fact that we got another Ultraman whose eye looks like Zero, and that's kind of unfortunate. But at the same time, being a fan of Return of Ultraman is a great day, and it's a great year for me and many others Return of Ultraman fans, because Ultraman Jack has always been my favorite show Ultraman, and seeing this series being dedicated to reference this series is great. If they could somehow bring up Hideki Go in this series, I would probably cry. And as we all know, the actor Jirodan has passed away, so it's unfortunate that he couldn't be in this very series. But even then, the series being a little bit off from everything, it's more like the way this series looks like. It feels more like Ultraman X kind of stuff. We get back to that. So I'm looking at Subaraya Production website right now, and here it says Subaraya Production has announced that the new TV series Ultraman Arc will start airing on 6 channels in the TV Tokyo network at 9 July 6, 2024, starting on Saturday. This series is planned to be simultaneously broadcast and distributed in 6 countries and regions overseas. So basically, we are be able to watch this series alongside Japanese people. So usually it's like we're late in like 2 hours or a couple of minutes, but now it's just live. The new show Ultraman Arc aims to be an inspiration to children about the power to dream and a bridge towards a bright, hopeful future. The tokusatsu drama presents the values of the Ultraman series to the world by depicting a delightful, warm-hearted, and brave hero. So this series is gonna be more of a fun side, because I feel Blazar is a fun series. Like everything happens in Blazar is pretty much wacky. But then again, there's also a lot of heavy themes, starting from the Garamon episode, and also just the ending of the series is pretty deep. So I guess this series is more like hearted and just calm. Like we don't really need to think much within this series. So I think that's pretty good, because we can just get series over series. But then again, it would be nice to get full-on series, which the probability of that happening is very low, despite we're having a lot of news about Ultraman Nexus. But here's the thing though, there is no correlation of Ultraman Nexus being referenced in the newest series. Like when Blazar was first announced and people talked about Nexus, that is like actually not related. Like a lot of people think so, but Ultraman Nexus stage show are happening during Blazar broadcasting. So a lot of people assume that what happening in Blazar could relate it to Nexus, when it just, unfortunately, Blazar series run aside with the stage show of Nexus. So that's pretty unfortunate. A being of light hailing from a faraway galaxy unites with Yuma, the protagonist who owns tremendous power of imagination, and they form the gigantic new ultra hero Ultraman Arc. The story is about Arc protecting the future of the Earth and mankind from looming threats. Yuma transformed into Ultraman Arc by inserting the Arc Cube, which contains the power of the being of light, into the mystic Arc Riser. And the actor is played by Yuki Totsuka. And based on IMDb page, Yuki Totsuka seems like a very new actor, so that could be a bad thing or a good thing, because aspiring actors tend to be more passionate about things that they are related to, because this is just the beginning of their journey in filming. So they probably do a lot of mistakes in terms of acting, or they could be really passionate and cause the scene to be really good. Yuma is a rookie investigator recently joining SCIP, Scientific Kaiju Investigation and Prevention Center, who undergoes scientific investigation in order to take precaution against kaiju disasters. He is loved by the people in town for his caring and straightforward personality. The energetic young man is motivated by his father's words, "Time to run Yuma," to overcome various difficulties. The lead director of this series is gonna be Takanori Sugimoto, who has long participated in the New Generation Ultraman series as a director since Ultraman X 1. Alright, this is information for the broadcasting. Ultraman Arc will not only be streamed simultaneously in English dub, but also dub version in local languages will be broadcasted and or streamed simultaneously in Asia major countries and regions such as mainland China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Thailand, Indonesia, and Vietnam. Furthermore, it will be available on streaming platforms including the Ultraman official YouTube channel with subtitles in 11 languages including English, Korean, Indonesian, Malaysian, Vietnamese, Filipino, Spanish, Latin, Portuguese, Brazil, Hindi, Chinese, and Thai. And once again, the year of 2024 also marks the 15th anniversary of Ultraman Zero, the predecessor of the New Generation Ultraman series. This year is an anniversary for Ultraman Jack and Ultraman Zero. They kind of combined that to become Ultraman Arc. This is a synopsis of the show. So, in a town called Hoshimoto City, a giant object towers in Mountain Shishio named Monoh Horn. It is actually a kaiju's horn stuck in the ground since an incident 16 years ago. The incident when kaiju appeared simultaneously around the world was later named K-Day. Since then, the Global Defense Force, GDF, has been dealing with kaiju with force, while SCIP worked closely with community in scientific investigation and evacuation guidance to prevent the occurrence and aggravation of kaiju disaster. SCIP has always been investigating the Monoh Horn, the Horn of the Galactic beast Monogelos, which appear on K-Day, which I think Monogelos is the kaiju that appear in the trailer. Yuma, then only 7 years old, was camping with his parents in Mountain Shishio when Monogelos attacked, but somehow miraculously survived unhurt. This experience led him to pursue the path of kaiju biology research, and despite his traumatic past, he has not lost his imagination to dream. As a rookie investigator, Yuma joined SCIP and was assigned to the Hoshimoto City branch. Not long after, another large-scale kaiju disaster occurs. As Yuma sees the desperate people in front of him, a strong will springs into his mind. I want to protect them. It was at that moment when Yuma hears the voice of Rution, the being of light that he once saw as a child. "You and I are one and the same. Unleash your imagination." When the mystic light emerging from Yuma's hand embodies his entire body, his power of imagination fused him with the light and transformed him into Ultraman Arc, the giant of light who protects the future. A special move would be Arc Finalized, basically his Kosen. In my opinion, the transformation item looks a little bit weird because it's a cube, and also the transformation item kind of works as a Rubik's Cube. Now let's talk about the form of Ultraman Arc, and there's only two of them. It seems like it has to do with the sun and the moon, because the first form is him in a red armor and the background shows a picture of the sun, and the other one shows him in a blue armor and him behind a picture of a moon. I could certainly complain about the blue form because the hand is just empty. Like the red form, at least the body looks big alongside the hand, so it doesn't look awkward. But the blue form looks a bit naked, a bit weird. And there's also some clips and pictures that was taken by a YouTuber called FlocherTH Official, where it seems that Ultraman are going to have a sword. And I'm gonna say that I did not like the sword at all, because the sword has some sort of goggles in it and it looks ugly. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.